Previously on One Life to Live.
Hey, Lainey. I decided to give the ring back to Bo. Your Aunt Lainey murdered your grandfather.
You tell me exactly what happened the night Colin was murdered. You're the one who knows.
I was on RJ's payroll.
You can go in then, but you're not going to like what you see.
Unlock the door.
My wife is in that room. Now open the door now.
What's in that room isn't what you're expecting, Ben.
Oh, Gina, you said you would bring me to Vicky. Now, is she in there or not?
That's a matter of opinion.
Open the damn door.
Fine. I remember this was your idea, not mine.
What are you gonna do? Are you gonna tell Bo about me? Turn me in, what? It was wrong, what I did.
What you did, Roseanne? Call it by its name. You were a spy. A traitor. RJ's mole at the LPD. You betrayed everyone you worked with.
And most of all, you. And I'm really sorry. But you know, it might have saved some lives. You know, every time that I tipped off RJ, he cleared everything out, and if you would have caught him in the middle of a boost, you might have gotten killed or
Don't you
something.
dare try to justify what you did.
Okay. I'll do whatever you want me to.
Yes, Roseanne. You will. Sit down.
What's going on? What are you doing?
Start writing.
Now, if anyone knows what happened the night Colin died, well, it's you, Counselor.
What I know, what everybody knows, is that you packed the body into a crate and kept it on ice in a warehouse.
Oh, people can say what they want. I had nothing to do with that.
Bo's gonna prove it.
Well, a lot of interesting things happened at Colin's place the night he was murdered. Now, what's Bo going to do when he proves that?
Dear Bo, there's no one on earth who knows me as well as you do. So I'm sure you'll understand why I had to give you back the ring. And while you'll also understand that I can't stay here anymore. It's a hard decision, and the only one I can make. You're the last person I ever thought I would hurt. And the first one I did. You're sweet enough not to say so. But of course, you don't have to. Because there's no one on earth who knows you as well as I do.
I need to know the truth, Aunt Lenny, please. All of it. So that I can tell the truth myself.
To whom, Jen?
Well, first of all, to me. There's so much that I don't understand.
Well, believe it or not, there's things about Colin that I don't understand
I'm not
either.
talking about Colin.
Well, then who?
Granddad. Mom told me all about it after I visited you.
Oh, Jen, honey, I am so sorry. It must have been a terrible shock, and on top of everything else that you're dealing with.
Yeah, I could have done without it.
But Lindsay explained to you what happened, right?
She told me what you did. I was hoping maybe you could explain it to me.
Okay, I'll try. You know what? Why don't we just sit down? Jen, I loved your grandfather very, very much. You know that.
Then I don't see how you could have done what you did.
Well, Daddy was very ill, and he was going to die.
So you thought you'd speed it up? Get your hands on his money?
What?
That's what Mom said. Granddad changed his will right before you killed him.
Jen, what in the world did Lindsay tell you?
Hi, Hank, it's Lindsay Rappaport. I just got back from North Carolina. I think I was fairly successful in convincing the local DA to press charges against Laney for our father's murder. And I think it's time that you do the same thing on this end and arrest her for killing Colin. Anyway, call me back as soon as you can.
Maybe they should just skip the trial and burn her at the stake.
What are you doing here?
Let me ask you something. If Laney is guilty, does that make you?
What are you talking about? I didn't do anything.
Sure you did. And if you ask me, you're the one who should be under arrest.
I'm afraid I'm going to have to ask you to leave.
I'm afraid I'm going to have to tell you that I'm staying. You see, there's a few things I want to tell you.
I just found out that my sister murdered my father, so I'm not really in the mood to deal with you right now.
Yes, I already heard the whole story from Jen.
What did she tell you?
I'm not about to tell you that.
I have a right to know.
Why?
Because she's my child.
She's your daughter. But she's not a child anymore. What she says, what she does, that's her call now.
I'm her mother, and I am going to protect her.
Really? Protect her from what?
Bad influences.
Oh. And I'm sorry I have to tell you this, Mrs. Rappaport, but it's too late.
What do you mean?
See, someone's already done a number on Jen. Someone who's definitely a bad influence. Someone Jen really loves told Jen that she should keep quiet about what happened the night Colin got killed.
Okay, that's more than enough.
Oh, more than enough. You see, that person didn't stop there. She also told Jen that it's okay if her aunt's going to prison for something that she didn't do. Only Jen doesn't really think it's okay. You know, the guilt, man. The guilt's making her nuts. Hard to believe, isn't it? That someone could be so lousy to a young woman as great as Jen. Especially her very own mother.
Is that what your mother told you, that I killed your grandfather for his money?
Are you saying you didn't?
Of course I didn't.
What about the will? Didn't Grandpa change it the day before he died?
Yes, but
Cutting Mom and everyone else out of it and leaving everything to you.
that has nothing to do with what happened.
So it's true.
Jen, I did not know that Daddy changed the will until after he died. If I did, I would have told him not to change a thing. Lindsay was entitled to his estate just as much as I was.
What about the confession? You told Bo that you murdered your father.
Yes, I did.
Then if you say it wasn't for the money, then why did you do it? Did you hate him that much?
Hate him? No, Jen, I loved him. That's why I did it. That's why I had to do it.
You really shouldn't leave your door open like that. You never know what kind of riffraff is going to find their way into your house. You know, lawyers, ex-wives, even. Both.
Well, I've got a lot on my mind right now.
What would the commissioner say about that?
You'd understand he's got a lot on his mind, too.
I saw Lainey earlier at Sam's.
She settled in there all right?
As well as she can, which isn't very. Oh, Bo, I know things look bad right now, but they can't stay that way. You two are very strong and decent people.
Doesn't always guarantee that things will work out, though. Thanks for the thought. I'm sorry. I probably came here to help, and I should be more grateful.
No, you feel whatever you feel like feeling. You be whatever you want to be. That's you're entitled. And I didn't actually come here to help you. I came here so that you could help me.
Not sure how much help I could be right now.
Oh, a lot. As a matter of fact, I think you're probably my only hope.
What did you do with her? Where's Vicky?
I have no idea.
Don't mess with me, Gina. You brought me to this room.
Which proves that I expected to find her here.
What kind of game are you playing now? You said she was in here.
This isn't a game. I thought she was in here. I escorted her here myself.
And when was that, Gina? The speaking tour? That was weeks ago. Are you telling me she's been in here since then?
Yes.
When she called me from the road?
She called you from here.
You've been keeping her in this hole for weeks, living like an animal?
Hardly. She had everything she needed. I was very good to her, okay? She was very, very comfortable.
Comfortable? 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 This is Vicky's. What did you do with her? Where is Vicky?
Oh, Ben, Vicky left this room a long time ago.
First you tell me that she's been in here the whole time, and then you say that she's been gone for a long time. Which is it?
It depends on the Vicky you're talking about, the one you married or the one that was staying here with me.
Gina, I am warning you.
This is not a joke.
And it doesn't make sense.
She changed. Then she changed into a different person. Oh, actually, a lot of different people, none of them named Vicky.
What the hell are you talking about?
I'm talking about Nikki Smith and Tommy and Jean Randolph and a few others that I haven't met yet.
Wait a minute.
That's what I'm talking about.
Those are Vicky's alters when she suffered from DID.
She had a relapse.
What?
Yeah. Vicky isn't Vicky anymore, Ben. Oh, she's a cast of thousands, and her alters, they don't get along. About the only thing they agree on is that Vicky isn't coming back.
Write what? What do you want me to write?
To Commissioner Bo Buchanan,
A confession?
I hereby resign my position at the Lambview Police Department, effective immediately.
You don't have to make me do this, Antonio. I'll quit my job. I promise you. How could I stay now that you know what I did?
How could you stay when you knew what you did, Roseanne? Yeah, you're damn right you're gonna quit. But I'm not gonna take your word for it. I'm never gonna take your word for it again. Write it. You're through making a fool out of the LPD, out of Bo, out of me. Right!
Antonio, it made my stomach sick every time that I was doing it. I swear to you, I didn't want to, but RJ forced me to do that.
Don't give me that force me stuff. Not again. You could have come to me, Roseanne. To me. I would have helped you. You had a choice. You chose RJ.
What are you saying, RJ?
What does it sound like to you?
A threat?
Oh, good. You heard it.
An empty threat.
Oh. So every member of your family can account for their whereabouts the evening Colin was murdered, huh? You were all together, taking in a movie, playing Parcheesi?
You leave my family out of this.
It's much, much too late for that. You, Lindsay, Will, Jen, Rappaports, all are in this murder thing up to your eyeballs.
My family had nothing to do with Colin's death.
Okay, all right. Okay, maybe the good commissioner will let you and your brood play innocent bystander. I mean, after all, the LPD is a wholly owned subsidiary of Buchanan Enterprises, and you've learned your part, you've performed it well, but I know it's a performance because I know something.
And what do you think you know?
The more important questions are, how do I know what I know? Was I there? What if I saw something?
Like what?
Well, why don't we wait till I testify at the MacGyver murder trial? Huh? I don't want to spoil the ending.
So I'm supposed to believe that you really know something just because you say so. Take the word of a man who lies just to keep in practice. Forget it. If you want to hold something over me, you're going to have to tell me what it is right now.
First of all, young man, if Laney is punished, it's not for nothing. She confessed to killing Colin.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean she did it. Just that she thinks she did.
In this case, there's no difference.
You see, Mrs. Rappaport, sometimes what's real and what people really believe can be two different things. See, Laney says that she killed Colin, but from what I hear, Colin could have still been alive when she left. Someone else could have gone in there and killed him afterwards.
Well, you can make up all kind of crazy scenarios.
Is it any crazier than saying your sister dragged Colin's body out of the house, buried him, unburied him, packed him in a crate, then took that crate to a warehouse all by herself?
My, aren't we the little detective?
It all seems pretty obvious to me, Mrs. Rappaport. She couldn't have done it.
So you think you have this whole thing figured out, do you?
No, actually, there's a few things that I don't understand. Like, if there's even the slightest chance that your sister didn't do all this, why aren't you running with it?
You don't understand. My sister confessed to these crimes.
So, if Antonio, my brother, was facing jail time or something even worse, I wouldn't let a little thing like a confession stop me. Oh, no. I'd be out there looking for anybody else that might be guilty. But instead of doing something like that, you're playing all these mind games with your own daughter.
I am not playing mind games.
Sure you are. And what else would you call it? Jen loves her aunt, and here you are telling her that it doesn't matter whether or not her aunt is guilty, that she should pay for it anyway.
Well, she should. She killed my father, and she deserves to be punished.
Maybe. But that's not why you can live with a confession about killing Colin. And it's not why you want Jen to keep her mouth shut. Jen knows something. She knows who killed Colin MacGyver, doesn't she?
You broke in to RJ's apartment?
No, of course not. What kind of person do you think I am? I stole his key and let myself in.
Can I ask you a question?
You mean like, Nora, what did you find?
No, like, are you nuts? Like, did you forget that you're talking to the commissioner of police?
You know what? I like my question better, so I'm going to answer that. I found a packet of money at RJ's, and it had Colin's fingerprints on it.
How do you know that?
Someone at the police lab actually owed me a favor, and so they checked it out for me, and they told me.
You involved my department in the illegal seizure of evidence?
Well, they didn't know that it came from RJ's apartment.
What if RJ knows it?
Well, he doesn't, because I put it back.
Oh, well then, so you broke in there twice. See, I cannot use evidence that's obtained without a warrant.
Bo, you and I both know that Lindsay and RJ have an arrangement.
We don't know that it's illegal.
Well, it certainly probably isn't legal. We do know. When I was talking to RJ,
He confessed to everything.
RJ? No, he wouldn't even confess to his name if you showed him his driver's license. No, you should have seen his face when I mentioned Lindsay. It was like he was worried that I knew something. Bo, if you went to Lindsay and you just kind of told her some of the information that I learned from RJ, you might be able to trip her up a little bit.
If he hasn't already tipped her off.
If Lindsay and RJ were involved in Colin's death, that would clear anyone else.
Yeah. So maybe I can use the information some way. But I don't like the way you got it. All right? And you stay away from RJ.
Oh, RJ, he's not going to bother me. And we have history.
RJ's worried about the future. And when he's threatened, he's dangerous. When he's dangerous, no one is safe. And that includes you.
How about it, RJ? You got something on my family? Give me a sample.
No freebies. Knowledge is power. Information is valuable. So, I will sell what I know when it will do the most good for me.
You're bluffing. You don't know anything.
Then why are you so scared that I do?
But RJ, didn't you know? Just the mere mention of your name makes me shake in my boots. RJ Gannon, the great crime king of Landview. I cut my teeth in Vegas, my friend. I've known bagmen scarier than you.
It's very good. It's good. But I know what's in your mind. You're really thinking, what does he know? What are the odds? Huh? What does RJ know, and what will he do with it?
No, RJ. I'm wondering how long you can stay on this tight wire you're walking before you take the fall. I see the bravado, and I also see the desperation underneath, too.
Do you now?
Yes. And when you go down this time, you're going back to prison. And your little vacation behind bars is going to be longer and much harder to endure. So I'm warning you. Stay out of this. And stay away from my family.
Or what?
Or you'll regret it. I promise you.
Well, what are you going to do? Kill me? Is that how we protect our families in a civilized society, you know? A short time ago, I'd have said no. Now, knowing your family, well, I have to wonder.
Jen, Daddy was in horrible pain, and he asked me, he begged me to take away the pain.
He asked you to kill him?
Well, he didn't put it that way, but he wanted me to help him to die. Believe me, I did not want to do it. But it was awful to see the agony that he was in. It was even worse to think of the world without him in it. But in the end, I had to give him what he wanted and what he needed. Peace.
I'm sorry.
I know I broke the law, Jen. But I loved your grandfather. You have to believe that.
I do. Why would Mom make me think that you did it?
Oh, don't be too angry with her. I mean, Lindsay is really devastated by what I did, and she has every right to be.
Maybe, but she has no right to lie to me. She has no right to cover up the truth.
Your precious Vicky isn't Vicky anymore, and that is the truth.
You're lying.
No.
You're lying. You did something to her. You made up this crock to cover up.
All right, before you try to strangle me again, just listen and hear me out. Remember when I went to see Jessica and I was asking her about Vicky's DID? Well, now you know why. Vicky was walking around here like a nutcase, pretending to be Nikki Smith, and I had to check it out because I had to find out if she was lying to me.
Or maybe you've already done something to her and you're setting up your alibi.
No, Ben. I was trying to figure out what happened to your wacky wife. The woman you know as Vicky is gone.
I just saw Vicky. I just spoke to her.
Okay. So then why didn't she tell you that someone was holding her prisoner?
Well, maybe because you had one of your freaks watching us from the bar.
Or maybe it's because she's not Vicky. The woman you saw at the crossroads was Jean Randolph pretending to be Vicky.
No,
yes.
You're lying.
Yes, no, I'm not lying. Your wife, she's nuts. She's crap. She's crazy. Don't you understand? Maybe you're not convinced, but maybe you should just see her for yourself with your own 2 eyes. Or should I say, what's left of her?
All I want, Gina, is to see Vicky.
Well, I'm very sorry, but I cannot produce Vicky. I can give you Nikki and Tommy and the rest of the gang, but
Bring
I can't...
me to my wife. Damn it!
Fine. You know, I want you to know something. This isn't how I wanted it to happen, Ben. All I ever wanted was you.
And all I want is my wife, Vicky, in whatever shape you've left her in.
Well, you might want to reconsider that after you see this tape. You see, I've had security cameras on her. And if I haven't convinced you, this will.
I didn't choose RJ. I hate him and I hate everything that I did for him.
It didn't stop you, did it? Why, Roseanne? Why? The money? Is that all you ever cared about?
No. I told you I care about you and I love you very much.
You need me, Roseanne. You can't care about somebody unless you respect yourself, and obviously you don't. If not, you wouldn't have betrayed all of us if you did.
And where was I supposed to learn this self-respect from? A father who treated my mom like garbage and a mother who took it from him. Is it such a surprise that the men that I'm with don't treat me any better, Antonio?
What do you expect from filth like RJ and Colin?
I wasn't talking about RJ and Colin. I was talking about you.
Me?
Don't even talk to me about RJ and Colin. You were the worst of all. You were the worst. Because you knew that I loved you. But I wasn't worth loving back. Just to sleep with, right?
We had an understanding, Roseanne. We both agreed that we weren't ready for a commitment.
I agreed to that because that's what you wanted. It's not what I wanted. It's just that I knew that that's the best that I could get.
was put through, after what I went through with Andy, I wasn't ready for anything heavy with anyone. But I cared about you, you know that.
And you always held something back. Why? Maybe you did expect me to do something like this. Or you know what? You can't say that I didn't disappoint you.
So this is my fault.
I deserved better. If you want to turn me in, go right ahead.
I'll tell you what, I've had about as much of you as I'm going to take, so here's your choice. You can walk out of here on your own, or I'm going to call the police and have you arrested for trespassing.
Go ahead. Call the police. Go ahead. Here. You can stonewall me, ma'am, but not them. They'll find out how you're messing with Jen's head, so she won't say what she knows.
She doesn't know anything.
Then how come she's going around acting like she's waiting for the earth to open up and the sky to cave in? Jen does know something. And I think I know what it is.
Well, like you said, what you think and what's real are sometimes not the same thing.
Oh, but this is real, all right. Jen knows who killed Colin MacGyver. And she knows it wasn't her aunt.
If that were true, she would have gone to the police.
Not if she's trying to protect someone she loves more than Laney. Someone she doesn't want to send to prison. Even if she does deserve it.
What are you suggesting?
Oh, I'm not suggesting a thing. I'm telling you flat out. You killed Colin MacGyver.
What?
Why don't you give your daughter a break, Mrs. Rappaport? Come on, I'll drive you down to the station myself. You can confess.
Because, Christian, that's not going to happen.
Why don't I save you the trip?
The truth will come out about me and Daddy. What happened and what didn't. Then I'll have to face the consequences, whatever they'll be.
They won't hurt you. They can't. You did what Grandpa wanted you to do.
What I did was against the law. Besides, that's not the only thing that I have to answer for.
You mean Uncle Colin, right? You didn't kill him either. You hit him and you ran out, and someone else came in after you and killed him.
Well, we don't know that for sure.
I know.
Thanks for having faith in me.
It's not faith, it's the truth.
Hi. I missed something exciting?
Jen and I were just clearing the air.
Oh, what a good idea. The air around here could definitely use it.
Oh, let me see the hospital. Better get going.
Are you back on duty?
Always. Well, that is until they fire me.
Well, they can't do that.
Well, yes, they can. Anyway, I'll see you guys a little later.
Okay, bye-bye. You okay?
I'm never going to be okay again. None of us will.
Hey, you know what? I'll spell it out for you, okay? It's Nikki. You can read my lips. N-I-K-I. Vicky's gone. She's not around anymore. She couldn't hack the pressure. She took a powder. She wasn't. You stupid bitch! I hate you. I hate you. I hate you!
Tommy is violent, and I am not. In fact, I don't indulge in emotions at all.
I want you out of the LPD, Roseanne. And I'm not going to turn you in.
You really mean it? Why? Why are you doing this to me?
I don't know. Because it just seems like the thing to do. Can't explain it. Thought I knew myself. I guess I don't.
I just knew. I knew that you would do what you had to do. I knew that. You know what I had coming.
Well, I guess you didn't know me that well either.
Antonio, let me do something for you. For what you just did for me, okay?
Just make sure that resignation lands on both desks.
But maybe,
because I'll make sure.
maybe I can get RJ for you, Antonio, please.
Roseanne. I'll deal with RJ when I get back from New York City.
And when you get back from New York, what's gonna happen to you and me?
You better make sure that resignation lands on Bo's desk.
By the way, what is it you're confessing to?
Nothing. But I'm glad you're here because I want you to arrest him.
Man, you're good.
Has Mr. Vega committed a crime?
Am I correct in assuming that in the state of Pennsylvania, trespassing is illegal?
Am I correct in assuming that this gallery is open to the public?
Not to criminals like Christian.
Oh, come on, you're the criminal. And I'm not just talking about how you wasted Colin MacGyver. Just for using your daughter to cover it up, they ought to put you away.
Well, that's ridiculous. You can't prove that I had anything to do with Colin's murder.
Can you, Christian?
No. No, I can't.
Well, that's okay. Because I can.
Here's an idea. What do you say we nuke some popcorn and watch a movie?
I've got a better idea. Why don't we all stop pretending like nothing's wrong? I can't take this anymore.
Okay, Jen, what happened between you and Lainey? Why are you so upset?
You know why I'm upset. You know better than any of us.